Hello everybody, welcome back to Double the Bump if you're new here, and if you are new, please feel free to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up for this video. And if you are a returning subscriber, hello everybody and welcome back. I am doing Selah's 3-month update. This is going to include her second and third month. So I think that's how I'm going to start doing it from now on, just because I don't want to get too repetitive on the updates, and also for my sake I would like to keep track of like all her milestones and stuff like that on video. First of all, I want to start off with, we had her baby dedication on July 8th and that was so amazing. It was so beautiful. She had her little christening dress on that we got her, and it was just such a blessing. I brought her Bible to church with us and the pastor signed it and left her a little note in there, and so we had that done. I believe that was on a Sunday, and so that was really great. That was just 2 weeks ago, I think. So she will turn 3 months on the 28th of this month. So she is hitting her milestones, and so I'm just going to go into here like the normal like development of a 3-month-old and like all the milestones that she's been hitting. So she has smiled, and that was like, I wrote it on her calendar. That was like right at her 2-month mark, right when she turned. She was like a month and a half whenever she was like really smiling, when I would like talk to her and she would smile. And then it was like 2 weeks later after that, she had like her first laugh. We were all in the car actually, and we just left Costco, and I was just like, my husband said something to me and I started laughing, and then she started laughing, so she mimicked me. So that's one of the things that they're supposed to be doing when they're 3 months old, is mimicking. So she's smiling. She loves playtime. Like, she loves laying on her mat now and playing with all her toys, and like she tries to grab them, and she's like moving her arms around and stuff like that. She imitates facial expressions, so I'll like sit there with her and do like a frown, and then she'll do it, and then I'll do a smiley face, and then she'll do it, and then I'll like stick my tongue out and she'll try to do that. So she's been doing that, and then she's been babbling. So she's been like, when I say something to her, like I'll say, "Oh, how is your day going, Selah?" And then I'll wait like 30 seconds or so, and she'll just go, na 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 na, and so it's really cute. She's doing her little babbling thing. And so she's trying to mimic sounds, so that's good. And then she doesn't really need a lot of support for her head anymore. We've been really doing tummy time like twice a day for at least 3 minutes at a time. And so she's getting caught up with her strength in her neck, because I did mention that in her first 1-month update that her neck was a little bit weak. And then she is able to like put her arms underneath her and like hold herself up. She can open and close her hands. She can hold on to toys. She's swatting and at dangling objects. She brings her hands to her mouth and pushes down with her legs if you hold her when she's standing. She kicks her feet a lot whenever she's in her swing. So I like to, one of the things that I want to talk about is letting your baby cry, and that is not my style of parenting. I have learned that when you let your baby cry and get really upset, it's harder to calm them down. And it causes them to have a stress response, which releases cortisol and adrenaline, and it's just a lot harder to get your baby calmed down. So I'm the type of mom that responds to their baby right when they start to cry. She doesn't even ever cry really, because I know her schedule, and I just know like her cues, and I can tell if she needs to burp or if she has gas or she just has a wet diaper or whatever it is. So I try not to ever let her get really super upset. It has happened a few times when I've been working, but when my husband has had her. So one of the things too, let's see here, and the reason why I like to respond to her that way is because I feel like the developmental stage that they're at, it makes them feel loved, cared for, and it makes them just feel secure. I feel like in their environment that whoever's taking care of them is there for them. So I don't want to get too into this because I don't want this video to be like really super long, but I just want to hit like the key points with what she's been doing. So she can put her hand up to her binky and like hold the binky in her mouth, or she pulls it out. So she likes to do that. We are doing lots of things like I give her toys so that she can reach out and try to grab them, or I'll put my face close to her and she'll try to touch my face. So that's really good. So when we're doing things like going to the store or going for a walk, I just say to her like, oh, we're going for a walk, blah, 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 you know, and just try to like describe to her like what we're doing. Because I have a 2.5-year-old, it's kind of good. I do that stuff anyways, like when we're going to go to the grocery store, I say, okay, let's make a list. Let's write down what we want. And I ask him like, what do you want from the store? Like, what do you need from the store? Do you need anything? And so I try to help him like remember like what he needs from the store. So I want to get her in the habit of doing that too. I know she's only 3 months old and that sounds crazy, but my son is very well trained when it comes to going to the grocery store or the stores because I have done that with him before we even leave to go to the grocery store. And then I leave him in charge of the list. And even though I have the list on my phone, I give him a list and put it in his pocket, and then when we get to the store, I say, where's your list at? Okay, where do we go first? What do we need? Eggs, milk, butter, whatever, blah, 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 you know? So, donuts. Anyways, then the second thing is every day, once a day, when my son is napping, I try to have her awake for the first part of his nap, and we go in her room and lay on the floor and we read books and play with toys and like blocks and shapes and stuff like that. And I just like, I have that Melissa and Doug like shape thing for my son, and she's obviously going to use it, but I'll say to her heart, star, and then the colors and stuff like that. I know it's super early to be doing that kind of stuff, but I did that with my son and he like learned all that stuff really quick. So she is rolling from her back to her side, and then from her side back to her back. And she is not rolling, so when she's on her stomach, she is not rolling over onto her side from her stomach yet. I think it's because she's just not getting her head up far enough and the weight of her head isn't tipping her over. But she is doing it from her back to her each side. So we're working on doing the tummy one and then to the side. So, and I know a lot of people use like the boppy pillow to do tummy time, and I think that is a good idea for half the time, and then the rest of the time they need to be flat because they need to be able to learn how to roll. So when they're on a boppy pillow, they can't roll like that. So, okay. Let's see. The next thing is, okay, then her weight and her height and all of that stuff. So I'm done with my notes here. I do not know how much she weighs, and my scale, actually we ran out of batteries and I keep forgetting to buy them. So I haven't been able to weigh myself either. But I'm guessing she's weighing close to maybe 9.5, 10 pounds, maybe. I don't know. That could, I really have no idea. She was born at 6 pounds, 3 ounces. So I'm guessing she's probably at 10 pounds right now. That seems like a good weight, like gaining 2 pounds a month. So I think that's pretty good. And then for her height, I am not really sure. I haven't measured her for her height. And then she's still exclusively breastfeeding, and all of her hiccups and her reflux is totally gone now. And she is sleeping in her pack and play at night in the bassinet for at least 5 hours at a time or more. I don't really time it. I just know that I put her to bed at 8:30 and she doesn't wake up till like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So she's doing really, really good with that. She usually always has to have her binky. When I lay her down for her naps, I put her in her crib in the DocuTot with the sound machine on, and I lay her in there when she's still a little groggy, not when she's all the way asleep. So she puts herself to sleep. She self-soothes. So I never planned on doing that, but the only way she can get a good nap if my son is awake is if she's in a room with her sound machine on, because he wakes her up. So that is that for sleep. And so she's still sleeping next to our bed at night, but for her nap she sleeps in her room with the sound machine on. And she has to usually have her binky to fall asleep when she's in that groggy state. So that's kind of a good thing, because then she can kind of self-soothe herself and all that good stuff. So, and as for me for postpartum, I actually don't know how much I weigh because I haven't had my scale on, but I'm guessing I'm about the same weight. I think I've lost like 1 or 2 pounds, so I'm like at 143. I have started having postpartum hair loss, or shedding, and I pretty much am all healed up, except for I'm still having some lower back problems that I've been going to the chiropractor for and getting massage and taking Motrin for. And so that is kind of like a bummer. And my tailbone also has been hurting really bad. So I've been kind of dealing with that the best way I can, which is just like walking more. But it seems like the more I'm on my feet and the more I'm walking, the more that it hurts. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I just think it probably got irritated because of breaking my tailbone with my son. So I think that's pretty much it. And I was going to do like a body shot for you guys, like a tummy shot, so you can see, like, I've been working on my abs lately. That's what I've been doing. I was doing legs for like a while, legs and arms, and then I started doing abs when I was cleared to do that. So I'm just going to do a little tummy shot for you guys, and then I think that wraps it up for our 3-month update. And don't forget to follow me on my social media to find cute little update pictures of Selah and my son and myself. And we look forward to seeing you guys at our 5-month update is when I'll do it again. Unless she's doing like amazing crazy things, then I'll update you guys again. But pretty much everything is going well. So we'll see you guys again next time. Bye.